Everything given by God to you, man, is so beautiful. Marriage is not exceptional. It's a gift to mankind. We are too welcome to figure in marriage we are one. Make God bless our union so that we can be fruitful.
Hello, wonderful viewers. You're welcome back to our channel.
My name is Sheyi.
My name is Fumi.
And together we are called SeyiFunmi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to today's episode of Marriage is Beautiful.
Yeah.
And let's appreciate you for your response to the last game we had. Although everybody was like, Sheyi, you are not speaking loud enough.
Yeah.
Okay? I heard you. I'll speak loud some other time. She won at the end of the day. So you should be happy.
Yeah. I'm happy. Even if I lose it, I will still be happy. You know why?
Everybody
got my back.
God got it back. Everybody was just supporting you. Another game
Not
is coming.
support, they're just saying the truth. That's just the truth.
Which
Even
truth?
the kids were saying it at home.
In which truth?
They said
everybody was saying I was saying funny.
You
That's
like
right.
not really funny because you changed your tonation.
What's tonation? You were not supposed to hear me.
I'm not talking about hearing you. We're talking about opening your mouth and speak louder. Like I was speaking, but you listen to it by yourself now.
All right, guys.
You heard what you said.
Another one is coming on the way. No problem. Thank you very much. That was awesome, and the response was fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
and guys, we want to appreciate you. Like I don't know how to say it, but we actually appreciate every one of you for supporting this vision. Like we thank you on Facebook. We can see your response on Instagram. We seen you guys supporting us, even on the group, on the WhatsApp group. Yes, we appreciate everyone, and we are not taking it for granted. Honestly, we are not taking it for granted. We appreciate you, everyone, and the vision we have here is just one vision, like making your marriage beautiful in our own little way, and that is it. With the help of Christ, with the help of God, I know that yes, we can actually make our marriage, your marriage, our marriage beautiful. The Lord help you and keep strengthening us all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's jump right into today's episode.
We are welcome to figure in marriage we are one.
Today we will be rounding off on the program we started
like 3 weeks ago, right?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We had a break for the game. And we're talking about red flags in marriage. Those things that when you start noticing them in marriage is an indication that something is wrong somewhere. Today we'll be starting with the red flag of keeping secrets. When it gets to a stage that you start keeping secrets from one another, if you notice that in your marriage, that your spouse is no longer as straightforward to you as he or she used to be, something is wrong somewhere, and if care is not taken, that will definitely affect marriage. What do you think about that?
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Because if you're not playing to one another, like you can't read your mind. If I don't know what's going on in your mind. Actually, I can't really know what's going on in your mind.
Yes, but
you
I
can't
can tell
really,
you.
You can't read my mind 100%. But at least what we mean here is when you start keeping secret from one another, it makes you guys to live apart. Like there will be a gap.
You start growing apart.
Yeah, you start growing apart.
The next red flag that we want to mention today is infidelity. We've talked a lot about infidelity in marriage. If you are not careful, it can destroy marriage completely. So please watch out when one starts acting funny. Please understand that the moment you toe the line of infidelity, you are definitely ending the marriage one way or the other. By the way, Oni, there is absolutely nothing outside there with the one you want to go into extramarital affair with that is not in your wife.
Exactly, or that is not your husband.
That is not in your husband. The only thing is that the grass always seems greener on the other side of the fence. By the time you are into it, few moments, few times, you get tired the same way.
You're going to see maybe different flaws.
Yes, you start seeing the flaw of the person that you are having the elite affair with. I'll tell you the truth, food that is eaten in secrecy, like the Bible says, tastes good. But at the end, it's like you are eating gravel.
Yeah, so let me quickly add this. Like, if we look at, apart from the grass always look green at the other side.
Yes.
Sometimes you see something you really want in your marriage outside.
Okay.
You can as well bring it in. You can as well start building it little by little. You're gonna get it. Like if I see maybe something in a marriage outside, maybe I see a husband and wife holding their hands along the way, and oh my God, can you see this? I love it. You know, I don't need to get jealous of that marriage. I don't need to start looking for the downfall of that marriage. I think the best thing you can do to bring that into your marriage is to start working on it little by little with your spouse. And at the end of the day, before you know, you will be there. You know, like you said something maybe 2 weeks ago, and you're like, if your husband asks you, when did you start? So we are starting now.
We're starting now.
We're starting now. We're building it now. Let's start building the blocks on each other one by one. We'll get there. So I think I feel what you can do is to start building that thing you see. Yes, you can see something. You know, we are not perfect, and nobody is there already. But if you see something you really like, that is normal. It's normal for you to see something. Oh, I like this person. I like this nature. I like this character. You know, anything. So you can as well bring it in a positive way and build it in your marriage. Thank you.
In essence, what you were saying is, when you see something that you like in a marriage, try to make that to happen in your own marriage too. What you need to understand is that you keep perfecting your love, perfecting one another. That one that looks so glossy to you that you want to leave your wife. By the time you were there for some time, you start seeing the flaws, like we said. She appeared to be normal again. When all is removed behind whatever polish has been done on the face and the rest of it, you may find out that your own wife,
whatever packaging has been done,
yes, by the time those packagings were removed, the real deal inside the package might not be as good as your husband or as good as your wife.
Mind you, it's supposed to be packaging, not packaging. Like when you say packaging, you know, like a lot of lies is embedded in it. You say packaging, like you say packaging means maybe lies. Like you don't look what you are. But when you want like packaging, that's the way I interpret it for me. Like whatever you feel like, okay, maybe I'm aging, I don't like, you can still make it more better, more beautiful, more cute than that. And I think I want to mention another thing, maybe like communication. You know, poor communication can really affect, you know, marriage. It can really be another great red flag. Like a great big, I don't know. Like another big red flag.
The moment you guys are not talking the way you used to talk before, the red flag should be quickly noticed. Because what keeps marriage going is the ability to communicate. The moment communication is dead in the early marriage, the marriage is gone. The marriage is gone. Because the only thing that keeps you guys going is ability to talk to one another, interpret one another, understand one another. So if that understanding, the ability to talk to one another is taken out of marriage, marriage becomes as dead as death itself. So you must learn to understand that no matter what the case may be, even when you are angry with one another, even when you are not in good terms, find a way to communicate. Find a way to talk. You must talk as often as possible. Use those sweet words for one another. At the end of the day, it's all about you. It's all about the marriage. Unless you believe in divorce, which we don't believe in, unless you are tending towards polygamy, which we don't believe in, then you must learn to talk to the only one you have. You ain't got not more than this one, and this one must be well communicated with.
communication. And
yes.
I want to add this, like sometimes you don't really need to bring something you know that it's not necessary. Like, you know, I want us to communicate, then I start saying something that are not relevant. You know, when you start bringing relevant things, if you don't have reason for that topic, then don't mention it. But if you know that there is reason for it, because there are some communication really that can cause issue in the marriage.
Talk for the sake of talking.
Exactly, and some communication can really cause issue. Oh, I saw you somewhere yesterday with somebody. You know,
that brings me to one thing.
Okay.
That is no longer communication; it's tending towards nagging, and that is another red flag you must watch out for in marriage. Communication is you talking and understanding one another. But when one person is talking and the other don't seem to be on the same page with the other person become a nag. And that's why you have to be very careful. Like you were saying, I saw you somewhere yesterday. Yeah, you might communicate, you might talk about things that you don't like. But if you are talking now and you keep repeating the same thing over and over, I think we did something on nag. If you check some of our videos, you will see when we discussed about nagging. Please, it takes you to repeat one thing just one time too many for it to become a nagging issue. You might actually correct me, but when correction becomes one time too many, it becomes a nag.
You talk about nagging, people actually think, oh, women, they do nag. You don't marry a nagging wife. Sometimes, let me tell you, don't marry a nagging husband too. Sometimes men nags too. Like everybody nags. Let me just put that address to us. Everybody nags. Men do nags. Women do nags. So let's just.
You can even have a nagging boss. Everybody nags.
Yeah. You can have a nagging boss. Yeah.
Everybody nags.
So
please, when we talk about nagging, don't make it a title that you
hang like women
upon women. There are men that sometimes nag even more than women.
Exactly. Like
what is really communication? What is really nagging? We were discussing things and then we said it is over with that thing. And you still keep repeating.
But actually, I think that is common to women. Maybe that's why people think that women don't like, because we like to, let me say that women like to, not really emphasize, we like to get to a point where everything is clear to us. But for men, you just say, okay, I understand. Even when they don't understand, they're going to tell you they understand. But for us, we want to, honey, it's not every time you guys does, and honey, let me just, we are not playing here. Let me, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. Like, yeah, actually, there are times that they will just tell you, okay, but they will still repeat the same thing tomorrow. That tells you that they weren't listening when you were saying it.
Maybe we were listening and we forgot.
The fact that the women still want to repeat it, maybe second time, the third time, doesn't mean that they are nagging. So, men, you have to take note of that too. That we want to repeat something, because I've noticed that there are times I tell you things, and you before, by the way, you might not even remember what you said before, you know.
I had it in that moment, maybe I forgot.
You know, so many things. Men are just like, you know, they just go on one way.
Traffic.
Exactly.
One way.
But for ladies, we like want to see so many things.
Cuckoo colors that.
Oh my God, we're not arguing here.
Okay.
We're not arguing. We're just trying to pass message.
We are passing message now.
Oh my God. So guys, that's just it. We have to clarify this. Yeah, I don't want people to be thinking that, oh, it does. No. We have to make it plain. Men do nag, women do nag, but women sometimes do more because they want to explain better. They want their questions.
You just find something to qualify your nagging. You want to explain better. We've had it. Actually, words for you to understand has to come over and over again.
Exactly. That's why the Bible says.
I know you are coming to that.
Wow.
Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Now, faith was mentioned there once, hearing was twice.
Yeah.
Said, the Lord has spoken, twice have I heard.
You can hear that.
I understand that you need to repeat, but when you repeat one time too many, it becomes a nag.
If you really want to watch this video, we have it in our videos.
Alright, and that brings us to another red flag that you should watch out for in marriage. Whenever truth leaves a marriage and spouse start lying to one another, is a red flag indicating that the marriage is suffering and might definitely end. Now, what do I mean by this? When you have to think for some time before you will explain what you are being asked by your spouse. That means you are trying to fabricate something. And by the way, listen, no matter how good you are at lying, when you have the first lie, the second lie has to come to cover the first. The third has to come to cover the first and the second. The fourth will come to cover
it goes on.
It goes on. There is no way that at the end of the day you won't falter, because no matter how good your memory is, if lie keep building up, it will get to a stage you won't even know what you said before. Why do we get to the level of lying to one another? When I'm trying to explain and probably you don't want to take what I'm explaining. Please be accommodating.
Or when you are not truthful to yourself.
Yes.
Like
also, I will also say this to the spouse, be accommodative. Some of those times when he or she is trying to lie, is as a result of he's thinking or she's thinking, if I say the truth now, he may not take it that way. He may not accommodate it. So let's be accommodating, because one of the reasons why a man or a woman will lie to you is to be able to please you. Is to be able to make you feel comfortable. Please get to the level of feeling comfortable with your spouse. Understand that we are all but human beings. Whatever happens along the way, try to understand that sometimes, let me put it that way, shit does happen. When it does in marriage, please, let's reason together.
Like we don't need to rub it on each other's face.
Yes, you don't need.
We just have to reason together and put ourselves back on the track.
We are to welcome to figure in marriage. We are one.
All right, honey, let's talk about spiritual lukewarmness in marriage.
Okay.
Sometimes it's another big red flag that we need to look out to, because sometimes when you are not praying together, husband and wife, as husband and wife, you're not praying together, or the family is not, meditating together, there's no how
that there won't be issues.
There won't be issues, because
the moment your prayer life start going down, that's the red flag.
Exactly.
The moment as spouse, your prayer life start going down, that is the red flag.
Yeah, so that's it. The moment you see that you're slacking, don't wait. Especially, I think, like the men. Let me talk about the men now. Sometimes there's a joke I saw some times ago, and these ladies, JJ and J, and we were talking about it's men. Men will carry the bag. They will say, "Okay, pray for me." Ladies, women, pray for us. The men should be the priest in the house, so you should hold on to your priesthood, learning to call your family together. Let's pray. Don't wait until they're going to tell you, because it's one of those things that you need to hold on to as the priest, to earn more respect. Yes, because you have to lead them in that part. So, and at the same time, I want to say that praying together will bring you closer to one another. When you pray together, you stay together.
There's no way you won't stay together if you pray together.
Exactly.
Listen, don't let us push the praying aspect to our wife. I think a lot of people, we always want to make reference to Stormy Omatan's book, The Praying Wife. There's also a praying husband. There are praying parents. Every one of us is our duty for us to pray together. It's our duty for us to communicate to God together. Please, and for me, I still believe that one red flag that definitely ends marriage, not being sensitive enough. We have people that you are not sensitive to your spouse's plight. You are fond of condemning your spouse in the presence of people. You are fond of telling your wife or your husband off in the presence of people. I will still say this: we wash our dirty linen inside, not outside. Yoruba we have a word to say, it is not every cloth that you wash that you put outside in the sun for the sun to dry it rather. So there are times you need to talk to each other in the confinement of your room. There are times you need to withdraw back into your closet to be able to talk to one another. Please be supportive as a spouse. When you as a spouse start talking down your spouse in public, it is an indication that the marriage is going to hit the rock. You must understand this. If all these flags are noticed in your marriage, be rest assured that something is wrong somewhere. You need a doctor. And the doctor might be in place of prayer.
Yeah.
The doctor might be talking to one another. The doctor or the prescription for the drug you need might be counseling.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you, you definitely have to look out for it. Because at the end of the day, marriage is all about being together. Marriage is beautiful. Oh.
I love the last part. Marriage is all about being together. Marriage is beautiful. So let's make it beautiful. And I know we can do it.
For the fact that you were seeing some of these signs doesn't mean your marriage is hitting the rock.
Yeah.
It doesn't signify the end of the marriage.
Yeah.
These signs are just there as a pointer for you to know that something is wrong somewhere that needed to be addressed quickly. So, because you are seeing some of these signs, don't just raise up your hand, oh, my marriage is crashing. No, your marriage is not crashing.
Because it's in every home.
It's in every home. You will see it. Yeah. But why are we mentioning them is that when you start seeing them, it's just a wake-up call to tell you that something is wrong somewhere. And you need to do something fast to ensure that your marriage does not hit the rock.
Yeah.
How? That will be all for this week.
And that will be all for this topic.
Red flags in marriage. I believe that if you have not watched part 1 and 2, please do. And notice every point that has been raised. Excuse me, and ensure that whenever such points are being seen in your marriage, whenever you are seeing such point in your marriage, all you need to do is work towards improving your marriage and eradicating the red flags in your marriage. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And until next week, when we will be coming across your way again,
Seyifunmi is saying thank you. We love you. Bye.